Marie, that's so catchy.
I knew you were turning to the right. I could feel it happening.
It's so catchy, though. Don't run, Joe. Don't run, Joe. Sing it with me.
Don't run, Joe.
I'm actually not going to sing it with you. I'm going to decline that.
So what do you make of these numbers? Look, it's not just Republicans. That's a 64%. That's a lot of voters.
I will say Joe Biden has repeatedly defied the political odds. He beat all of those Democrats in the primary. He beat Donald Trump handily. And he and his administration and their partners in Congress did so well in the midterms compared to what people thought. So I think that the Biden team...
They did a really good job losing. You're absolutely right.
They did. So we gained seats in the Senate. We gained governor's mansions. We gained state legislatures. And we barely lost the House. So I think that the Biden team feels like because of all these successes and their legislative wins that their party is very squarely behind, they feel like they have been on a winning streak and they feel pretty emboldened. The other question is, you know, Joe Biden now has a record that Democrats really like and a lot of independents like. Who else is there that Democrats would want to challenge him? So I don't know who these people are in this ad in New Hampshire. I don't think it's that catchy, but I think Joe Biden can win again, and I think he's going to run.
God help us if he wins again, Emily.
Yeah, the only column that had more than 64% no column was the hell no column, which was millions and millions and millions. Look, I think that it's an emperor's new clothes situation. I think what Marie is articulating, God bless you, is part of it's the party line, frankly. And that's the question as well. Who would be there to challenge him? That's right. It's a really narrow bench, frankly. And the best of what's around, to quote Dave Matthews, is Kamala. Well, that would be another fresh hell. So I'm not sure what you guys are going to do, but the future looks much brighter on the GOP side, especially when you look at the array of qualified candidates from top to bottom. And I will say, bringing in Dr. Jill Biden for a second, she strikes me as a cross between Meghan Markle, where she's like exhausted from public service. Try being, how about an NYPD officer for a day? How about a Border Patrol agent? How about try a million other people who are working in her service, in service for the United States of America, who don't complain and aren't exhausted by their service so verbally. And then also sort of a little bit Giselle, you know?
Ew.
The whole like, I support you, and then, oh, I don't. With the Tom Brady thing. Retire, no, don't. Oh, I'm here, I'm gonna do it. I'm speaking the party line. Oh, wait, I'm just over it.
Yeah, she is over it. And I don't blame her. She has to say this. But Dr. Siegel, the president said something really weird. He was addressing leaders from different African nations. And, you know, I know Democrats there's so much winning. They're almost tired of winning. But I'm a little concerned about some of these comments. Let's take a look.
I told some of you, you invited me to your countries. I said, be careful what you wish for, because I may show up. The poor relatives always show up. The wealthy ones never show up. The poor come and they eat your food, stay longer than they should. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing many of you in your home countries.
Yeah, I said he's going to eat all their food. The president and first lady amassed a $16 million fortune in just 2 years post-vice presidency. He's trying to paint himself as a poor person to African leaders who they have 140 million people on the continent who are suffering from food insecurity. A little insensitive and a little nutty, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a disconnect. I mean, obviously not someone that is showing the compassion and the empathy he needs for people in Africa who are starving. And that actually may not just be insensitivity. I'm not concerned about his age, and I've been on record a lot about this. I don't think it's an issue of being 80 years old. I think it's a question of how sharp he is. Yeah. And I don't think we've gotten to see the records. We see physicals. We haven't seen one this year, by the way, but last year, no cognitive assessment. You know, just, neurologist